Hello, beautiful, amazing, fantastic world, and you, magnificent, wonderful, sublime individual. Today, I would like to talk about your inner sanctuary, your inner safe space, your inner temple, your inner stability and safe feelings of being watched over within your own being. You don't necessarily share it with a whole lot of people because, well, it needs to be very, very personal in the end. It has to be something intimate and personal and deep and some, with someone that actually cares and takes these things seriously and sincerely. If we scorn it and ridicule it, we will only push it away, you see. By us taking it sincerely, like it is our own, like it is sacred, which it is. In our inner sanctuary, we hold our space sacred. We hold our space open and as silent and as controlled in a calm flow as possible. Through breathing, of course, it helps with holding your body in not becoming rowdy and imbalanced, because through your breath, through irregular breathing and so on, we do not have deep enough breath, the blood isn't circulating enough and so on. So it is all about grabbing a hold onto our life functions for a bit and work upon them a little, strengthen them, bringing about second natures that is of healthy kinds. That we do alone, keeping things sacred. By also holding that in our being, holding life sacred, keeping things divine in a sense, connecting things to the higher hierarchies and painting a creative, imaginative, inspirational picture of it. It has to be inspired from kind of outside too. Now it is not really outside because we are a microcosm, and as we kind of call it, it is more than just this, but we are kind of an inward universe. But to hold to our inner sacredness and know that we are consciously, realizing it and living by it, holding to a conduct, holding to morality and elegance like human beings should. Because you see the extreme difference between human and animal, and that is because we spiritually have worked upon our own beings for many, many epochs, for many, many incarnations and many different transformation of soul and spirit. And only these last 500 years have we come to believe that we come from animals. But we are the most developed thing here on this planet. So animal came from us, you see. They separated off from us and became incarnated as physical beings first, yes. They are our older physical siblings. But animals, we are not developed from the lowest animal upwards. Not like that. You see, we have been spiritual beings first and foremost. And then there were animal-like bodies on the physical earth. The animals had already incarnated then. And we took up bodies that were as developed as animals could be. They were between animal and human in a sense. They were not fully animal either. So we went into these hideous beings and worked upon them to become what we are today. It is kind of amazing when you really think back at it, and I know I awaken certain memories within your soul right there, because I kind of felt it. These were in the Hyperborean, Polarian, and Lemurian times, when it was half a year day and half a year night, a duality in a sense. Of course, in the Lemurian times, this is kind of a fun fact, we were more jellyfish-like, we were more watery, and our pineal gland were We didn't have eyes and ears and mouths and so on. We used telekinetic and spiritual powers to move things, and we could be shot with a cannonball and not be harmed by it. We could stop it dead in its tracks with our psychic powers at the time. But we were jellyfish-like, and our pineal gland were outside of our being, like a lantern. That was our sense and a perceiving organ, which perceived auras around objects. Not until the in middle of Atlantean time did we truly become physical and be having the increments of the ego and our senses. So the further and further physical we became, the more and more interested we become in the physical world around us, until we had to lose our dim connection to the spiritual world that we had before, as you have seen in the reflection of every civilization and culture before us. Only now have we kind of lost it, and what comes out of it is kind of a metallic, mechanical structure thing. You see it in buildings, you see it in its boring one-dimensional squareness, and you can see it in the reflection of what comes out. Remember the marvelous architectural, wondrous structures spiritually created out of the architects of the ancient times? They were true builders that built out of inspiration from higher powers. They built their temples and their structures out of the spiritual world, made it physical. It's amazing. Today we have no such feelings anymore to these hidden truths, because we have lost the inner ability to feel the symbols and the inner higher beings and the many, many beautiful, beautiful hidden riddles that is to be solved within each and every individual being. So it is about being patient and also wondrous and curious, and having a strong inner sense of sacredness. That is when you can feel safe, at least with yourself. So when you come home after having been bombarded outside with all kinds of emotions and thoughts, and from everyone's aura, truly, you come home and you have your sanctuary where you can silence your inner being and lift yourself up to the divine inspiration. So you can, when you go out again, shine out your aura, so that you can, what I have come to understand is, when I go out, I absorb a whole lot of different forces and lower beings and any kind of things. I'm not afraid of them, because we are that this is the journey. I take them with me, and then I transform them within my sanctuary. I redeem them and make them heal, and taking care of them so that they are not a pain to me. I am not afraid of these things because I can handle them. It is about being able to handle your own in your own inner temple, your inner sanctuary. Higher beings helps you with these things, because you allow the space for them to be here with you, bringing the inspirational warm heart pumping through your whole body, feeling the life, feeling the love, feeling the warmth, the fire, the air, the water and the earth. And it is, as I have said, it becomes more and more enjoyable and sacred the more you put time and effort and sacrifice into it. It is all about putting aside your pride and your "I'm too good for this" feeling, and actually try to be a beggar of the spirit, because the beggars of the spirit are the ones that will truly connect again. Seriously, as I said in my last video, we are truly watching and observing closely and listen to what the spiritual world has to tell us. You see, they are a very, very dim connection we are connecting to right now, but it will become stronger over time. You see, these last 500 years of darkness, of a lost connection to the spiritual world, was for us to become individual, to become in freedom, because if we followed a dim, clairvoyant, moral inclination, we wouldn't be able to think in freedom. So now again, in freedom, we are to again build that connection towards the spiritual, but it has to be done through morality, through love. In love from the heart, pumping this loving etherized blood up to the pineal gland awakens the clairvoyance again. But it has to be through empathy, through understanding, through warm inclusiveness, through humanness, through having gone through struggles and do not wish to see others struggle without feeling pain. Now, we will feel pain about it, you see. So struggles are kind of necessary in some regards to build character. If you removed every kind of struggle from everyone, they wouldn't be able to build anything. You see where I'm going here, but we are not here to let people suffer either. It is not against any people's karma to help someone. It is all part of the wise guidance. You helping another, even if it might perceivably seem like they have a hard, heavy burden, karma, and a lot in life to deal with. To help them is not against the karma. It truly isn't. So, to hold a warm sanctuary for anyone that needs it. And that is what we are aspiring. So, the sacred sanctuary you hold alone for yourself is something you can hold for another too, so they also can have a sense of their own beautiful inner sanctuary, their own inner personal ego and being. Deepening your ego, expanding it also, so you can see things both in details and depth, as deep as possible, and also from its higher sense. It would be preferable to have it solar systematically, with the zodiacs around the cosmic clock. Everything outside of that is, well, inconsequential. It doesn't affect our development on this planet Earth in that regard. There are dim inspiration from beyond our zodiac system, but it is not something that we truly can grab a hold onto and use in this earthly development, you see. We are being guided by the zodiac system, the seraphim, cherubim, thrones, which is the zodiac beings around this solar system. And this solar system, which is this sun and this earth, moon, and the other planets. This is what we should focus on, because this is what builds our physical body. Aries, the head; Taurus, the larynx; Cancer, the breastplate; Leo, the heart; Twins, the double side of the human being in a sense; and then you have Libra, our spine; Virgo, our abdomen; and we have Scorpio, genitals; and we have Sagittarius, our thighs; Capricorn, the kneecaps; Waterman, our legs; and Fishes, which is Pisces, our feet. And that is how the zodiac streams down and builds up our body physically. Of course, they also do have cosmic thoughts in relations to them, but I haven't studied that deep enough to be able to, in confidence, truly speak alive about it with a live connection to it. I will come to it though later. But also the solar system, these planets that are around us, let's say this Earth, and we human beings are the beings that are created from this Earth development. There are beings that are not as physical as we are on the planet Jupiter and Venus and Mercury, that are in different stages of their development. They are still part of this solar system development, but they have different types of observing the world and different forms. So, based on the planet's substance, it is in relation to how far they have developed. So Jupiter, for example, have a lot of gaseous beings that are not physical. They are not physical as we are, as mineral beings. They are gas beings. That is the difference. So, of course, this Earth has gone through many changes, and we are to go through even more changes. We are to go through the Jupiter stage, Venus stage, and the Vulcan stage. So the Jupiter stage now will become more gaseous, and we will become star beings, and then we will become zodiac beings over in the Vulcan stage in the end. But this will be so far in the future, we cannot truly perceive such sublime, magnificent, amazing, beautiful existence yet. But that is also the amazing journey in the spiritual world. It is eternal. So we do not have to feel that crippling fear of not being able to act in the world, because we have conquered the fear of death. We know that it is far, far greater guidance and wisdom to this cosmos than only this life alone. And the proof in it lies in how deep you can truly connect to the wisdom of your many lifetimes. You truly can connect, and over time you will all of a sudden feel like you are thousands of years old, and you are. You are lifetimes years old, with many lifetimes behind your belt. So your ego is very, very experienced. Very experienced. So it is about you being awake and aware again to your ego. That you are your ego again. And seeing through your eyes, hearing through your ears, and connecting. And that is what I will leave you with today. Thank you so much. May Father, Holy Spirit, Christ, Michael, higher hierarchy, ancient masters of old, ancestors from every incarnation, bless, protect, guide, and love you on your individual beautiful path to your heart and to, well, awakening your sense for the future development. It will become very clear to you the more you develop. I promise you. You beautiful genius. Which you are. I'm serious. You are. Love you. Goodbye.